So, they have this adventure, and it happens, and that's that. Around this point is when Junior just has a tennis match. There's a tennis tournament that goes on in the Mushroom World, and Junior's involved. He's still off doing his diplomatic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then, Cranky starts getting weird.
Mm-hmm.
He decides... So Cranky Kong decides that your adventure that you did to get the bananas back, that wouldn't have been nearly as good an adventure if it was worse graphics and bad sounds. So I'm gonna make you do it again. I challenge you to do the adventure again, but with better, worse graphics. Without your fancy good graphics. And they have no idea what the fuck he is talking about. But they agree to it. Because the donkey just wants to do shit. He likes doing shit for his grandpa.
He wants to be
He wants to impress his grandpa.
By his grandpa.
So, they have this other adventure where basically they approach the Kremlings and are like, take our bananas again. And then we're gonna fight you and take them back. And the Kremlings are like, oh, okay, sure. We'll take the bananas. Okay.
We'll definitely let you have them back.
And then they had another adventure, which was somehow felt worse in a way that Donkey Kong couldn't articulate, but we in the meta worlds can see was on the Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
This was Donkey Kong Land. So that they had that adventure and they got their bananas back, and that was that. And presumably Cranky may have been impressed. He's never really impressed by anything.
He's hardly there.
So that was that. They got the bananas back. Afterwards, Donkey Kong gets captured. He gets kidnapped by the Kremlings and held hostage.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, Cranky is willing to say, you know, let's just fucking give them all the bananas. I don't want to go on this stupid adventure. You want me to go on an adventure that uses more than one button? All these fancy graphics, I ain't gonna do that. I could do it, but I ain't gonna. So, Cranky's willing to give all the bananas to the Kremlings to free his grandson. But Diddy says no. Diddy, who I guess it was Donkey's second in command and takes over for head of the family while he's out, decides...
Again, nepotism.
Yeah. Decides that he is gonna go... He's an adventurer now. He's been on some adventures, so Diddy is gonna go and rescue Donkey Kong, and he brings his girlfriend, Dixie. So they go and attack the Crocodile Isles. The Rogue Isles. Were those called the Rogue Isles? No, that was something entirely different. The Crocodile Isles.
The Rogue Isles are from City of Heroes.
Yeah, so they attack the Crocodile Isles, they slaughter Kremlings left and right, they find Donkey Kong and rescue him, and then, after they rescue Donkey Kong, they decide that's not enough. Diddy has some fucking bloodlust, or maybe it's Dixie? I'm not sure. This might have been Dixie's influence that was doing this. But one way or another, they went to the core of the island and blew it the fuck up. And the entire island sank into the ocean, wiping out all life on it. Many species of Kremlings and their allies went extinct from their entire ecosystem being obliterated in an act of absurd vengeance.
That is, Diddy Kong's character is absurd vengeance.
Kinda? Again, I'm not sure if that's Diddy or if that was Dixie's influence.
Maybe Diddy just trying to impress Dixie.
Yeah, that could be it. He's trying to impress his girlfriend, so he's showing him that he can be,
You don't fuck with the Kong family!
Yeah, you don't mess with the family. I'm the big man in the Kong family, so I can do these things. I'm great. Look at me, I'm great. That's Diddy. That's what he's doing.
That's what he sounds like.
Exactly. So yeah, trying to impress Dixie, Diddy destroys the Kremlings and their entire home. Some amount of them do escape. They do have ships. They've got a fleet.
Yes.
Of some amount. Some amount of their fleet has been sunk by the Kongs by this point, but they still have ships. King K. Rool gets away with some amount of his people. Okay, next up, all the Kongs are just kind of relaxing at this point. The Kremlings are gone, they can just relax, and Donkey Kong decides that he is going to start exploring the uncharted northern Kremisphere, which is presumably some part of the Mushroom World that has its own actual name, maybe, but they call it the northern Kremisphere. But, so Donkey and Diddy go off exploring, and they take these regular trips to go off exploring, and then they come back and, I guess, discuss what they found, or maybe they don't. Maybe they just go and look, and they're not actually accomplishing anything with it. But, one time, they don't come back. And Dixie waits a couple of days before deciding, okay, they're not coming back. I guess I should go save them. I guess. So,
I mean, they are mass murderers and criminals.
Which is, you know, important to us.
Yeah.
So, Dixie decides to go off and save them. And on the way out the door, stops by Funky's and gets a boat, because they need a boat to get around this area. And Funky says, hey, why don't you look after your cousin, Kitty? Go take this toddler on your adventure. On your extremely violent and dangerous adventure.
You know, the Kongs.
Yeah, there is no too early to start getting involved with the family business, you know? So, Diddy takes Kitty, and they have their big adventure going all around this northern
How did you
hemisphere.
fail that?
I don't know.
Okay.
But, they go, they have their adventure, and there's bears involved. These bear brothers that are all around this area that the Kongs sort of befriend in some way,
Yeah,
to some
they're
degree.
barely important.
Anyway, they find that Donkey and Diddy were shoved in a robot by King K. Rool, who's going by, what was it, Count K. Rulenstein?
Yeah, K. Rulenstein.
As he's went back to his ancestral castle.
Yep, in the northern Kremisphere.
In the northern Kremisphere, and so
they eventually break out the two Kongs, and then unleash the powers of an ancient god upon the Kremlings?
Yeah, so they chase K. Rool into the Lost World below a whirlpool in the northern Kremisphere, and from there they beat him up. He takes a submarine and fucks off, but they beat him up and destroy his submarine, and then he's off. He escapes. So they go into the clouds and get help from the Banana Fairy Queen, who drops an egg on him and declares that he is gone forever.
Which turns out to not be the case. He was not gone forever. He was merely hideously disfigured, but we'll get to that later.
Another very important thing that happened here, when they went to go, we have not mentioned Wrinkly Kong yet.
It's true.
So, Cranky is married. He's got a son, he's got a wife. This is Wrinkly Kong. Wrinkly has also never really seemed to be involved with the crime aspects of the family. In particular, she tries to reach out to the Kremlings. She tries to teach them math and things. They're bad at it, but she tries. So, like, she's also maybe, like, a diplomat. Maybe she's the diplomat.
I think Junior takes after her, really.
Yeah. Junior takes after his mother. So, maybe she is the diplomat to the Kremlings. Or something along those lines. But, So she's been around, and she runs the college, but at the time when Dixie and Kitty are going around in the Northern Hemisphere, she's retired.
Yeah.
And she's just living at her home up there, and just having a good time. Now, when Dixie and Kitty went to see the Banana Fairy Queen, they left their speedboat with Funky. And they went off with like a helicopter that he built? Some kind of airship. I think it was like a helicopter type thing. And afterwards, after they got back from talking to the Queen, K. Rool had that hover cart, the hovercraft that they left, their jet boat thing.
Yeah.
King K. Rool fought past Funky and also Wrinkly to get his hands on the boat that they'd left to try and escape. This may or may not have been intentional, but as a result of this struggle, Wrinkly Kong is dead.
Yes.
She's very old, she's frail, she's not a fighter to begin with. She is... At this point, she is gone. She's dead. Here's some more sticker pack. It's kind of in a weird spot. You have to go back up here sometimes. In the later stages, they're not immediately below the bananas. They're just nearby in a weird place, but...